and welcome to the 2025 Commencement Exercises for the Catholic University of America, Columbus School of Law. I'm Katie Crowley, the Associate Dean for Administration and Chief of Staff at the Columbus School of Law. Over the past 3 or 4 years, I've had the incredible opportunity to accompany our graduates on their academic journey, usually behind the scenes, but still bearing witness to their growth and determination. Today, it brings me immense joy to welcome our graduates and their loved ones to share in this significant milestone and to serve as your MC. We're particularly fortunate that today's celebration gathers our entire law school community, our remarkable graduates, esteemed alumni, dedicated faculty, supportive staff, and cherished family and friends within this magnificent venue, the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. This sacred space, known for its stunning architecture and spiritual significance, provides a fitting backdrop for honoring our graduates. We extend our sincere gratitude to the Basilica's caretakers, particularly to Monsignor Walter Rossi and Valencia Camp, for their generosity and effort in making it available for our celebration. As we begin our proceedings, I kindly invite everyone to remain standing for the invocation, which will be delivered by Father Raymond O'Brien, an emeritus member of our law school faculty. Father O'Brien.
My sisters, my brothers, let us pray. Dearest God, we assemble here today as women and men from different faiths and beliefs, but one in praise and thanksgiving for what has been accomplished on this day. We celebrate graduation, an achievement brought about by your grace, freely given, the love, support, and encouragement of our families and those who love us, and by we ourselves who rose to this challenge. Within this sacred basilica, adjacent to where the late Pope Francis canonized Father Junipero Serra on September of 2015, we ask for your continued grace to guide us in our careers and our futures that await each and every one of us. Touch our hearts with the fire of Pentecost and send us forth to live what we have learned as attorneys, citizens, and most of all, disciples of justice and of faith. We ask all these things with humble faith in you, today and always. Amen. I invite you to remain standing for the national anthem.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the Law School's Dean and Knights of Columbus Professor of Law, Stephen Payne.
Thank you, Katie. Always have to figure out whether I'm going to wear my glasses for this or not. It's great to be with all of you this morning. Our unique law school, the Law School of the Catholic Church in America, located in the nation's capital, was founded nearly 130 years ago by a dean who was a judge and a famous patent law scholar in Connecticut, who had helped save my law school, Yale Law School, from difficult times. He was a convert to Catholicism and came to Washington, D.C. because he was called on a mission. He had a purpose. What he built endures. What he built flourishes in the present day. Exhibit A is this wonderful class, which includes that first dean's great-great-granddaughter. She is very humble and succeeded on her own merits and didn't want to be recognized today, so I haven't mentioned her name or even the dean's name. You could look it up. But couldn't resist marking the occasion in some way. Just let her presence be a silent testament to the enduring power of purpose passed down through generations. I hope her great-great-grandfather is proud that while you were all here, our law school rose to its highest ranking ever. No clap for that? Sometimes you got to get the audience to work with you. Somehow I don't think you would care about that, but it's also not how I want you to remember this place. I want you to remember our special community, which is possible only because of our outstanding faculty and staff, and because generation after generation, we attract students like you who support our tradition of respect and civility and hard work. Graduates, you have accomplished much. You have read the cases, written the briefs, mastered the arguments. You have endured what few will ever understand and emerged with minds sharpened and hearts tested. Be proud. Let your families and friends rejoice. You have earned this day. Yet let me offer this. Long after today, when the applause has faded and the diplomas have been framed, it will not be your resume that people remember. It will not be the law review masthead, or the moot court trophies, or the student government and club leadership offices, or the job offers. Don't get me wrong, all those things are wonderful. All those things are to be celebrated. But no, what will endure is simpler and deeper. You will be remembered for the relationships you formed, for how you treated others. You'll be remembered for not how you performed on your exams, but how you commiserated with your friends after the exams, for how you joked together about each of your professors' little quirks or their sweater vests, for how you shared your notes when someone missed class. You'll be remembered for how you responded to pressure, how you showed compassion to others while they were down, for how you listened and smiled. In other words, you won't be much remembered for the kind of law student you were, but for the kind of person you became under fire with your friends. And with those you might not call friends, with those with whom you might have had profound disagreements about very important things. I might well remember you as especially talented, yes, but I'm proud to say with certainty that I'll remember you as good and decent people. In Catholic and Christian terms, we can say that you will be remembered for the charity, for the humble, self-sacrificing love you showed others along the way, even your enemies. I suggest to you that this is also how you will be remembered in the legal profession you are about to enter, and indeed in the very life you will continue to lead. Law school is difficult. So is the practice of law. Sorry to break it to you. So is life. You will face stressful situations, and you have been prepared to handle them and to represent your clients well. But don't forget to be humble enough to love your opponents, to listen to them, to try to understand them, to will the good for them, to help them in whatever way you can. Our profession and our world need more of that. We're all proud that we're sending you out as our new representatives to provide it. There are many issues of world historical importance that you will have to worry about and should. But if you can just love the people in front of you, the people you see, you will have a career and a life that will reverberate in heaven. Thank you, class of 2025. I've enjoyed getting to know you, and we'll be you for many more years. And don't forget to help us out by filling out your OCPD forms for Dean Julie. Very important. God bless you and congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Payne. And I believe there might just be 2 graduates who haven't filled out that form yet, so very close. I'm thrilled to now introduce and welcome to the podium Peyton Smetana, a member of the class of 2025, who our Student Graduation Committee selected to speak on the graduates' behalf today.
There's so many of you. Before I begin my remarks today, it is my honor and privilege to acknowledge the class marshal for the class of 2025, Professor Heidi Schooner. The class of 2025 has chosen Professor Schooner to read our names as we cross the sanctuary to receive our degrees. This honor is a way for our class to express gratitude to Professor Schooner for inspiring, guiding, and challenging us throughout our legal education. On behalf of the entire class of 2025, Professor Schooner, thank you. Will you please stand to be recognized? President Kilpatrick, Provost Dominguez, Dean Payne, Judge Myers, esteemed faculty and staff, family and friends, and most importantly, the members of the class of 2025. First day of law school, August 2021 or 2022. We've survived our first week of reading assignments without the slightest explanation or guidance, and are ushered into what is likely our first class criminal law. The room smells of nerves and DC's August heat, an invisible blanket of fear and humidity. Fear of being the first student cold called, fear of not knowing anything. We clutch our casebooks, our expensive casebooks. I'm never going to stop complaining about how expensive these casebooks are. Eyes scanning for a friendly face. Our minds race, surveying the room for an open seat, questioning if I should have read that case one more time last night. I then make 2 critical game time decisions. 1, who I sit by, and 2, where exactly do I sit? And as the iridescent light catches the dust in the room and the students in the center start to disperse, I see it. Second row up, left side, 2 seats in. The seat that I will claim ownership of for the next 3 years of law school, finding any other occupant a personal attack upon me and my rights. Who is there next to me? Who are these strange people I just met, and what are they to me right now? Are they friends, study mates, enemies, or competitors? Now, Describing your classmates as enemies and competitors may be a little odd for some of you to hear, maybe even a bit dramatic. But those that have gone through a similarly structured 3 to 4 years know the ridiculous truth that law school is inherently competitive, pinning you against one another from day one. Even for those who haven't attended law school, but have faced competition, you know the real world isn't that simple. And the priority of competitiveness over camaraderie starts to lose its shape. The lines we have drawn begin to blur, distinguishing between friend and foe. The person we once saw as our biggest competition becomes the one to help us outline a case at 2 a.m. The person we hoped would be cold called instead turns into our mock trial, moot court, or alternative dispute resolution partner. It was in my second year of law school when I started to see past this 1L competitiveness craze. Now, this may be scandalous to confess, but it's easier to hope someone bombs a cold call when you think that they are your direct competition. It's the truth. And in my first year of law school, I was really good at fighting individual battles with everyone. It could be for something little: breathing too loudly, making a noise with your chair, opening a sparkling water as loud as possible in the middle of class, and I'm looking at you, Gerald. But the point being, I realized that law school is so much better when you aren't competing. Because the truth is that despite this pressure, and despite this ranking system in big law, despite this feeling that we are pinned against one another, law school isn't just about competition. It's about resilience and growth, and most of all, community. And I believe that community is among the things that the Columbus School of Law does so well at fostering. Professors, administrators, they knew most of our names by week 2, and only a handful continued to struggle to say GEOC for the next 3 years. Yes, we were competing against each other on exams, but not once did a person ever say no when asking for help. The class of 2025, underclassmen, the entirety of the Columbus School of Law and its alumni, we hold each other up. We make Catholic what it is. Choosing our community is a decision that we will make throughout our professional and personal lives. Community isn't just about who we sit next to in class. It's about who we stand with in our careers. We've been bombarded with this idea from the moment we stepped foot onto this campus. As future lawyers, we will find ourselves in high-stakes situations where our choices hold weight. The people we align with will not only define our character, but shape the integrity of our profession. So whatever the next chair is that you'll be sitting in, have that be big law, public service, JAG, or clerking, do not forget the importance of who you are sitting by, where you are sitting, and who is impacted by you sitting in that chair. The choice matters. But being here today is proof that you have made the correct decision before. That first day, I didn't know what choosing that seat would mean. I didn't know who these people around me would become. Did I make the right decision? Who was in the second row, left side, surrounding me on both sides? Today, I know, and I can confidently say, I made the right decision. Choosing to be here at the Columbus School of Law in Washington, D.C. was the right decision. Choosing to struggle and fight through exhaustion and in tears with each of you was the right decision. But choosing to listen and to learn and to grow alongside each of you, that was the easiest choice of all. And years from now, when we won't remember every butchered cold call or case name, we will remember the people who stood beside us. And I am beyond proud to stand with each of you. To the class of 2025.
Peyton, thank you so much. I think we all know exactly who you sat next to that first day. At this time, I invite President Peter Kilpatrick, the 16th President of the Catholic University of America, to escort the Honorable Edward Myers, our commencement speaker, forward to the center of the sanctuary. I also invite Dean Payne to the podium to read the citation for Judge Myers.
By word and deed, the Honorable Edward H. Myers is widely recognized for his distinguished service to the nation, his commitment to the rule of law, and his principled example of public leadership, which includes service to his alma mater, the Catholic University of America Columbus School of Law. Judge Myers was nominated to the United States Court of Federal Claims by President Donald J. Trump and confirmed by the United States Senate in 2020. Prior to his judicial service, he built a notable career in both private practice and government service, marked by legal acumen, intellectual rigor, and a deep sense of duty. He earned his undergraduate degree from Vanderbilt University and received his Juris Doctor summa cum laude from the Columbus School of Law at the Catholic University of America in 2005. As a law student, he demonstrated excellence in academic achievement, culminating in his receipt of the John L. Garvey Faculty Award, which is presented annually to the graduate with the highest academic average in the class. Following law school, Judge Myers clerked for the Honorable Lauren A. Smith, the former Chief Judge of the United States Court of Federal Claims. He later practiced at Kirkland & Ellis and became a partner at Stein Mitchell, focusing on complex commercial litigation matters. Judge Myers exemplifies the values at the heart of the Catholic legal education: integrity, service, respect for the dignity of every person, and a commitment to justice. Through his work on the bench, a court of national jurisdiction, he plays an indispensable role in upholding citizens' rights and ensuring government accountability, core pillars of a democratic society. As the law school sends forth a new generation of Catholic law graduates, it is honored to welcome back one of its own. Judge Myers stands as a model of professional excellence, ethical leadership, and public service. In recognition of his significant contributions to the law and the legal profession, and for his steadfast support of this community, the Catholic University of America Columbus School of Law is honored to bestow the Presidential Medal upon the Honorable Edward H. Myers. At this time, I invite Judge Myers to the podium to address the class of 2025.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, President Kilpatrick, Provost Dominguez, and Dean Payne for the honor of the Presidential Medal. Thank you for the kind introduction, Dean Payne. Not bad for a kid who got in off the wait list. I also want to say thank you to all the faculty and staff here at the Columbus School of Law. Throughout my career, not just while I was in law school, these professors and the faculty, everybody, the staff here has been tremendous. Special thanks, Professor Brieger. I was his research assistant. He has been there for every life and career question that I've had. Professor Rutledge, I know he's not, he was so kind he did a reading at my wedding. I can assure you the lessons have carried with me. I joke my clerks think I'm sort of crazy because every time I have a tax case, I can only think of it in terms of a pickup truck thanks to Professor Jefferson and the pickup truck. And I can truly say that without you, I would not be where I am here today. So thank you again for everything you've done for me, for the class of 2025, for the class of 2005, and for the entire law school family. Graduates, forgive me if I appear a little bit nervous. I mean, it's been 20 years since I graduated, but I still have this unending fear that Professor Perez is about to call on me. And I'm not going to know the answer. Anyway, congratulations to the class of 2025. You made it. If your experience is anything like mine was, you got here through a tremendous amount of hard work, copious amounts of caffeine, and hours and hours and hours in the library. You all know what the library is, right? The thing with all the books, is that still there? But I'm pretty sure you didn't get here without the love and support of your family, your parents, your spouses, siblings, perhaps children, and the friends that have all gathered here to celebrate with you today. So if you could just join me in quickly saying thank you to those who have come here and helped you along the way. Okay, class of 2025. I promise I am very well aware that I am the last thing standing between you and your degree. And I also know that people are here to celebrate you, not listen to me speak. When I started thinking about what to say, I started looking at old commencement addresses, and I have to say, then Judge Kavanaugh pretty aptly summarized the role of the commencement speaker. As only he could put it, the commencement speaker is a lot like the body in an Irish wake. You've got to be there for the party, but no one wants to hear you say too much. So I promise I'll be brief. True story, I did as I started thinking about what to say, I did try the modern thing. I sat with my clerks and we pulled up AI and said, what can we say for a commencement address? Little did I know that Grok has something called unhinged mode. And let me just assure you that that is not a speech I could deliver in a Catholic church. So this is not an AI-generated speech. It is an original. With that, I think what I want to do is pass on some things that I've learned here and over the years that I hope makes your journey a little bit easier. And I will apologize at the outset if what I say sounds a little bit familiar. But I think you'll see, like Forrest Gump, I have just been doing what the faculty was telling me to do all those years ago. And I'm confident they've been telling you the same thing. First and foremost, please cherish and nurture the relationships that you have with your classmates, your families, your friends, those that are here with you today, those that are watching online, or those that are here with us in spirit. As Dean Payne said, the practice of law can be demanding. You may be called away from your friends and your families. Back when I was in private practice, I can remember a reply brief that was due on January 2nd. Another year I was on a trial team for a case that had opening arguments or opening statements on January 3rd. I spent the better half of 2010 commuting to Denver every week. There are times when you just must get the work done. But as soon as you file that brief, as soon as you close that deal, as soon as you meet that deadline, circle back to the friends and family, make up for the missed time. It's what's going to matter in the long run. I can't tell you a thing about the 10th summary judgment motion that I briefed and argued. I can't tell you who the client was, I can't tell you what the issue was, and I can't tell you about the outcome. But I can tell you about each of our sons' 10th birthdays. I can tell you about when my friends got married, when they had their children. I can tell you how their children are doing. And more recently, I've been to their children's weddings. Those are the things that are going to matter. Second thing I want to do is talk a little bit about what it is that lawyers do. Whether you're representing a client in a civil matter, defending someone in a criminal case, negotiating a transaction, helping somebody draft a will, you're guiding your client through a myriad of laws and regulations to help them reach their desired outcome. If your clients are anything like mine were, they want three things from you when they hire you. They want to win, and most importantly, they want to win. They generally adhere to the Coach Lombardi view that winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. But the legal system is simply not designed so that your client always wins. It is designed so that disputes are resolved in a just manner. Never lose sight, it's a just resolution that we're looking for. There will be times that you have a client who honestly, sincerely, and wholeheartedly believes in his or her case. And they will be completely wrong. You owe it to them to tell them. As Elihu Root put it, about half the practice of a decent lawyer is telling would-be clients that they are damn fools and should shut up. I will only add, if you have to do that, it's not easy. Please do it more tactfully than Mr. Root said you should. And also remember, in almost anything you do for a client, there's going to be somebody on the other side who hires a very smart person to disagree with you. The litigation process in particular requires that adversarial process in order to function. It doesn't mean you have to dislike your opposing counsel. You do not need to turn a courtroom into some kind of a steel cage match for smart people in fancy suits. The goal is to ascertain the truth about what happened so that the system can apply those facts to the law and come to a just resolution of a dispute. You will gain nothing by disliking your opposing counsel. And I have yet to see the swipe at an attorney help a client's cause. I am, however, an optimist and a history major, so I do want to recognize that although discourse today is not at the zenith of civility, it is far from the worst it has been. For one thing, lawyers aren't shooting each other anymore. That's not a joke. And if you don't believe me, Henry Clay, who history knows as the great compromiser, is known to have fought in 2 duels, nearly killing himself and somebody else. It got so bad that Kentucky's Constitution requires every new attorney licensed in Kentucky to swear or affirm to this very day, and I quote, that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending, so help me God. You can look it up, it's Kentucky Constitution, chapter 228. So that's just to say, however far we have left to go and however far I hope you all carry the discourse forward, we have come a long way. The third thing I wanted to pass along is an awareness that people often come to you in some of their darkest hours. When I was in private practice, I represented huge companies, individuals, and pretty much everything in between. And I hope that whatever you do in the law, your work challenges you in the same way that those cases challenge me. But one of the cases that stuck with me the most over all these years was for a lady having a dispute with her landlord. Her apartment needed some repairs, and she couldn't get them done. She had been weakened by cancer treatment, and the conditions in her apartment were starting to make her fear for her health. Even though she couldn't afford to pay me, my firm let me take the case anyway. Thankfully, we were successful. Her apartment got repaired quickly, and she got back to the business of healing. That case won't go down in the annals of legal history as a big one, but it meant everything to her. This may sound obvious. I'm told that as a group, the students here have contributed over 14,000 pro bono hours. You've contributed to amicus briefs, represented clients through law school clinics. You've helped an elderly Afghan couple seeking asylum from the Taliban. Good work. Keep it up when you get busy. I'll leave you with a saying that one of my former partners had hanging on his wall. It read, "Go out into the world and do well, but more importantly, go out into the world and do good." And this brings me to the last thing I want to talk to you about. There are times when you will stumble on your journey. You may not get the job or the promotion that you want. When I was in law school, there was a law firm I really wanted to work for. I didn't get the job. It was tough. It was sort of shook my confidence. But I was fortunate. I had a really good group of friends. One of them saw how upset I was and took the time to help figuratively smack a little sense back into me, get me back on the journey. Thank you, Allie Oswald. What happened next? A great judge did hire me. He's been a tremendous friend and a mentor for the last 20 years, and now I'm proud to call him a colleague. Then when I was a law clerk, started the cycle over, and there was a job I really wanted to get. This time I got it. And when I started at Kirkland & Ellis, I went to work for a tremendous lawyer who also has been a great mentor, friend, for a little while partner, for almost, for 19 years now. What's the punchline? I'm not sure where I'd be if I took that job I wanted in law school, but I'm very confident I'm better off now that I didn't get it. It's tough because this is only something you can see in retrospect. And since I can't put it better, I'll use Garth Brooks's line, which is, some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Your journey will be a long one, and you're going to have opportunities come up at the moment you least expect it. Don't say no just because it's not what you had planned. If you ask the graduates from the class of 2005, from my class, when we were sitting where you are, I'm very confident none would be able to tell you where we'd wind up today. And we're in some pretty good places in our lives and in our careers. But we weren't afraid to change course. For me, when I was in law school, my two favorite courses were criminal procedure and Professor Scordato's advanced torts class. And I wound up on a court with no criminal docket and no jurisdiction over tort claims. It all seemed to work out in the end. Finally, it may be hard in a social media world, but learn how to listen. 200 years ago, Chief Justice Marshall, a smart guy, he recognized that to listen well is as powerful a means of communication and influence as to talk well. Young lawyers, and quite candidly some not so young lawyers, often come into court or go into depositions with a plan and a script, and they forget to listen to what people are saying. And this isn't just for the law. Listen to people you disagree with. Listen. They may not change your mind, but they'll make your arguments better. So, much of what I said today, again, probably sounded familiar. That said, I'm under no illusion that any of you are going to remember this a few years from now. In fact, I'm very confident that more than a few of you won't remember this by the time we get to the reception. So I'm going to give you a cheat sheet. The university was very kind. It's easy. Whenever you need a reminder, come back to campus, go out in the field behind the law school, and look up. And the three sentences that are carved in stone in the building, what I've been trying to convey to you today: do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Judge Ed. Who knew that Kentucky was so serious about not having lawyers who engaged in duels? I did not know that. We're truly grateful for Judge Ed's service as our commencement speaker and for the thoughtful and inspiring remarks that you shared with us today. Your presence is a gift to our community, and the example you set through your distinguished service, your commitment to mentoring and hiring our students, and your dedication to this community and the greater good is one that will stay with our graduates as they embark on their own paths in the legal profession. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for has arrived, the conferral of degrees. It's my honor to invite President Peter Kilpatrick to the podium. Will the graduates please rise for the conferral of degrees earned in course? After President Kilpatrick has conferred your degrees, you will be directed to come up to receive your diploma. President Kilpatrick, as the Dean of the Columbus School of Law, it is my privilege to present candidates for the degrees of Juris Doctor and Master of Laws, who have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Academic Senate. President Kilpatrick.
By virtue of the authority committed to me as the President of the Catholic University of America, I'm very pleased to confer the Juris Doctor or Master of Laws degrees for which you have been individually recommended by the law school and by the Academic Senate. I extend my personal congratulations and the university's to each one of you. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may now come forward to be hooded and to receive your diplomas. As Professor Schooner calls your name, please step forward to be hooded by Senior Assistant Dean Stuart Shept, be congratulated by President Kilpatrick, and then to Dean Payne to receive your diploma and pause for a photograph.
Jennifer L. Shepard. Katya Lavanya Glassford Scott. Sarah Ramju. Sarah Elizabeth Persico. Jason Nathaniel Kellogg. Peyton J. Smamanta.
There we go.
He got my name right. Samantha T. Winter. Joseph Anthony Lopes. Julio Cesar Vasquez. Jerry A. McCargo III. Julie Amelia Reed, cum laude. Aaron R. Alexan, cum laude. Lee Carol Anderson. Allison A. Baglini. Joseph W. K. Berdorfa. Julia Elizabeth Bachman, cum laude. Samuel Francis Bonfilio. John Thomas Botto. Mary Margaret Bowerman. Conrad D. Briles. Ryan Thomas Brooks. Alyssa T. Calcerano. Cum laude. Dylan Robert Celentano. Mary Catherine Clevenger. Catherine Danko. Jeffrey Daniel Davis, summa cum laude. Thomas Mark DiBiasio, cum laude. James D. Francesco. Abigail Ann Diorio, cum laude. Teresa Joan Draves. Christopher James Dreyer, Jr., cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Falvey. Ryan A. Farby, Jr. Keelan Grace Ferris. Callie Lauren Fields, cum laude. Caroline Funk, cum laude. Megan Kathleen Giach, cum laude. Andrew B. Gillen. Gabriella Rose Goodall, summa cum laude. Phoebe Gresser. Noah Robinson Grubb. Connor James Guerin. Joseph Michael Hill, cum laude. Kathleen Hill. Robert T. Hill. Kiri Alexis Holman. Michael Hyatt, summa cum laude. Leo Cardle, cum laude. Nilofar Kamen. Harry Kasnoff, cum laude. Brendan Seamus Kelly. Evan Grant Kelly, cum laude. Ilya Havrutsky.
Yeah, you can stand.
Strong quads.
Yeah, LG, you can stand. Yeah, please. That's a little bit of a delay. You're still getting your degree. We'll put it on now. We're going for it.
There you go. Tyler George Koatanich.
That one's a lot easier.
Madeline Louise Korch Thierfelder. David Bradley Kraus, Jr., cum laude. Bridget J. Leathers. Charles Connolly Lawrence III. Mark Anthony Medeiros. Zoe Elizabeth Manson. Veronica Lila Martin, cum laude. Thelma O. Umbezwe Daniel. Kaylee Michelle McGraw. Jessica Ambrosina Marino. Maura Frances Meservey. Ryan Thomas McCosey, cum laude. Aprada Adis Matiku. Mackenzie Nicole Mixon. Hannah Joy Monroe. Jordan Lewis Minear. Nicholas Thomas Peel, magna cum laude. Nicole A. Pickerel. Anna L. Pierce. Brooke Marie Poyer. Thomas Vincent Ralph, Jr., magna cum laude. Ramon Alberto Ramirez Velasquez. Bryn Marie Reese, cum laude. Lauren Evans Reesberg, cum laude. James Woodward Roby, Jr. Marilyn Rose Robinson. Leah Catherine Roddenberry, cum laude. Lisa Amy Salas. Declan H. Scanlon, cum laude. Mara Elaine Schlee. Catherine Ning Na Schumacher. Gerald R. Sharp III, summa cum laude. Kathleen Elizabeth Sheehan. Elizabeth Riley Shope. William Simpson, cum laude. Claire Michelle Smith. Sarah Elizabeth Smith. Rebecca Elizabeth Sock. Stephen Chad Stern, cum laude. Victoria Ashley Strasser. Dawn Marie Elizabeth Sullivan. Bren Elizabeth Thompson, cum laude. Madison H. Triber. Amy Christine Trivison. Daniel Richard Turk. Ellie Kate Twig. Alexandra M. Van Cleef, magna cum laude. Michelle Bui Vo. Adam David Wombold. Olivia James Wayman. Jet Miao Lin Yao, magna cum laude. Nikitha Elizabeth Zachariah, magna cum laude. Brett Michael Zakari, magna cum laude. Alessandra Makowsko-Kleimer, Master of Laws. Carolina Padua, Master of Laws. Ugo Stefano Stormaiola Silva, Master of Laws.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2025 of the Columbus School of Law of the Catholic University of America. My favorite day of the year as Dean. Now I'm delighted to welcome Megan LaBelle, Senior Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Professor of Law, to the podium for the presentation of the John L. Garvey Faculty Awards. Dean LaBelle.
The faculty named this award in honor of John L. Garvey, Professor Emeritus, recognizing his 49 years of dedicated service to the law school as dean, teacher, scholar, and colleague. These awards recognize outstanding academic achievement during the law school course of study and are conferred upon graduates from the part-time and full-time divisions. The John L. Garvey Faculty Award for the student with the highest academic average in the evening division is presented to Jeffrey Davis. Jeff, please come to the stage using the center staircase. Congratulations, Jeffrey. This year, the John L. Garvey Faculty Award for highest academic average in the day division is presented to Gabriella Goodall. Congratulations to Gabriella and Jeffrey, and to all our graduates.
Thank you, Dean LaBelle. I'm honored to introduce our next presenter, Michael Curtin, a distinguished graduate of the Columbus School of Law, now 60 years ago from the class of 1965. In the 6 decades since he began his legal career, Mike has built a successful practice in trusts, estate planning, and litigation. Throughout this time, his dedication to our law school and commitment to pro bono work have remained constant. Mike's extensive pro bono efforts and the significant time he dedicates to compassionately protecting justice have long set the standard for what it means to serve others and our law school. In 2008, the law school established the Michael F. Curtin Pro Bono Awards in recognition of his outstanding service. These awards honor students who exemplify Mike's dedication to serving others by providing critical legal services. We're truly privileged to have Mike here today to present the Pro Bono Awards. Mr. Curtin, would you please come to the podium?
Thank you, Kate. Thank you. We are incredibly proud of all of our law students who consistently demonstrate their commitment to ensuring access to justice through pro bono work. In committing to that work, each and every one of our students grows as a person and grows as a professional. The class of 2025 alone dedicated over 14,000 hours of pro bono service during their time here at the law school. The Michael F. Curtin Pro Bono Award is presented annually to a law student from both the day and the evening divisions who exemplifies Catholic law's highest ideals of professionalism through extraordinary pro bono service. These students volunteer their time with various organizations, helping thousands of individuals while also contributing to the law school community. I'm proud to announce that the 2025 Evening Division recipient of the Michael F. Curtin Pro Bono Award is John Boto. John, using the front of those stairs, thank you. In recognition of his dedication to pro bono service, as a way, it is my distinct honor to present the 2025 Michael F. Curtin Pro Bono Award for the Day Division to Adam Wumbold. Adam, please come forward. Adam Wumbold performed an impressive 416 pro bono hours across a wide range of programs throughout the law school, including work with the DC Bar Pro Bono Center's Advice and Referral Clinic, the Consumer Law Resource Center, the Nonprofit and Small Business Legal Assistance Program, and pro bono work at the DC Superior Court. He began his pro bono work as a first-year student following his entrance into Catholic law. He remained consistently active through his final semester of law school, volunteering at over 9 clinics in 2024 alone. His efforts extended beyond the client service. He assisted with clinic setup and received public praise from the clinic director for the efforts he made on behalf of the clinic. Adam's experience included shadowing a healthcare attorney in a nonprofit clinic, linking classroom learning to real-world service. His commitment to public service also helped secure a postgraduate judicial clerkship and inspired fellow students through his committed example of service to others as a true professional. Congratulations, Adam.
Thank you, Mike, for setting the gold standards for serving your community, supporting the vulnerable, and uplifting this law school. Our next presenter also exemplifies alumni commitment and dedication to the Columbus School of Law. As president of our Alumni Council, Dan Kane has been an invaluable asset to our community. Dan, a 2015 law school graduate, currently serves as Assistant General Counsel with the United States Office of Management and Budget. We're so happy to have him here with us today to present the Alumni Association Awards to both the day and evening division student. Please join me in welcoming Dan Kane to the podium.
Thank you, Dean Crowley, for that welcome. And thank you to Dean Payne for allowing me the opportunity to serve as president of the Alumni Council for the last 2 years. And thank you for the warm welcome to participate in today's events. I, like many of the alumni that have been on the stage, like Katie Crowley, Judge Meyer, Mike Curtin, Sarah, Susan Smith-Newell, Lisa Everhart, I look at you and I still can't believe it's been 10 years since I sat where you sit, where I stood here and implored the class of 2015 to be active and engaged alumni, something that I ask you to do the same. The Law School Alumni Association Award was established in 1978 and recognizes a graduating student from the evening division and one from the day division. The recipients have not only excelled in academic work, but have actively participated in extracurricular and co-curricular activities and contributed to the law school community in special ways. And as everyone who's spoken before me has said, the community at Catholic makes us so unique and makes us who we are as we go forward and try and make a difference. I ask the recipients to join me at the podium via the center stage. In recognition of her unwavering commitment to the Catholic University and her fellow students, we are delighted to bestow the Evening Division Award to Alyssa Calcignaro. Just one point of order. Alyssa Calcerano is her name. But as editor-in-chief of the Catholic University Law Review, Alyssa brought both intellectual rigor and thoughtful leadership to one of the law school's most distinguished institutions. A teaching assistant in lawyering skills and a dean's academic fellow, she generously shared her talents with others, providing critical academic support, coaching, and mentorship to fellow students while modeling the dedication and discipline that define our community at Catholic Law. Alyssa also earned a certificate in law and technology, further demonstrating her commitment to innovation and academic achievement. Impressively, she accomplished all of this while excelling academically and balancing the demands of the evening division life. After graduation in the bar exam, Alyssa will begin her legal career at the esteemed law firm Arnold & Porter, and we have no doubt she will continue to make us proud. Please join me again in congratulating Alyssa. And now for the Day Division Award. I'm pleased to award the Day Division Award to Gerald Sharp. Now for the citation. Gerald Sharp, now officially a double cardinal, has been a student whose leadership, service, and school spirit have made an indelible impact on the Catholic law community. Gerald has held numerous leadership roles as a student, serving as the Dean's Academic Fellow, President of the St. John Paul II Guild of Catholic Lawyers, CUA Law Students for Life, and the Federalist Society, where, under his guidance, Catholic Law's chapter earned the prestigious James Wilson Award for Academic Excellence. Gerald was also a standout competitor at our national mock trial and moot court teams, helping secure a second-place finish at the Siegenthaler-Sutherland competition. He has also been a lead articles editor at the Law Review, a student contributor to the law school's recently established Religious Liberty Clinic, working on an amicus brief filed before the U.S. Supreme Court. Beyond these many formal roles, Gerald has been a trusted mentor, a dedicated ambassador for our admissions office, and a go-to host for everything from faculty events to student videos and podcasts. After sitting for the bar exam this summer, he will join the firm Squire Patton Boggs. Gerald's presence has been felt in every corner of our community, and it is only fitting that we honor him with this outstanding Law School Alumni Association Award. Now, some of the graduates of the Catholic law, they make it a family affair. No offense to my 10-month-old daughter, Amelia, in the back row. Several graduates today are following in the footsteps of members of their families who are alumni of the Columbus School of Law and members of the Catholic University community. I would like to present our All in the Family list for the graduating class of 2025. I ask our alumni and graduates who are here with us today to stand as their names are called. First up, Mary Margaret Bowerman, niece of Oliver Ashe Jr., class of 1995. Brendan Kelly, grandson of Dennis Kelly, class of 1982, nephew of Colleen Swanson, class of 2003, and Rob Swanson, class of 2003. Declan Scanlon, son of Nancy Scanlon, class of 1990. Also of one particular note, I see a lot of students standing up, but I would ask that their family members who are here also stand to be recognized. William Simpson, husband of Haley Dunn, class of 2020. And last but not least, Sarah Smith, niece of Victor Smith, class of 1996, and the former chairman of the University Board of Trustees. And Assistant Susan Smith Newell, class of 1993. Once again, can everyone from that list please stand and be recognized? And before you sit down, there are two more to add to this list. Although these two graduates didn't establish their formal familial bond until their final year of law school, they still deserve the All in the Family recognition today. I would like to ask Nicole Pickerel and Chad Stern, newlyweds and members of the class of 2025, to please stand. You may be seated. And to all of the graduates of 2025, like I did for the class of 2015, I implore you, like the classes that have sat in these pews before you, to be active, to be engaged, to stay in touch, and to be a guiding light for those students that will sit in these pews after you. And with that, congratulations to the class of 2025, and welcome to the alumni community.
As Dean of the Law School, it is my privilege to speak for the entire faculty and staff to extend our congratulations and fond wishes to our graduates in the class of 2025 for a future of achievement, service, and fulfillment. We will always be here for you as a professional home, so please keep in close touch. It's now my honor and privilege to invite the University President, Peter Kilpatrick, back to the podium to address the class of 2025.
Good morning, everyone, and congratulations again to the graduates and especially to their family, faculty, and friends who've supported you along the way. Let's have one more round of applause for our graduates. Your legal education here at the Columbus School of Law has prepared you to serve in a profession that at its very best holds up the very highest ideals of both our nation and our university. This integration of professional excellence and moral formation lies at the heart of the mission that was given to us by our founder, Pope Leo XIII. I've been paying close attention to our new Holy Father, Pope Leo XIV. And I believe it's worth noting here that he's both an American and a lawyer. Yes, a canon lawyer, but please allow the comparison. The experience of waiting for the election of the new Holy Father prompted my reflections today. There was a real palpable energy and curiosity on campus during the recent conclave. Students, faculty, staff, regardless of their faith background, gathered to watch for the white smoke, to discuss the state of the church and the world, and to pray for our new Holy Father. Even law students, usually immersed in case books and outlines and studying, were drawn to the mystery and the gravity and the hope that surrounds the election of a new pope. The conclave and the legal vocation may have more in common than they appear at first glance. The conclave is a time-honored process of discernment, tradition, and service to the common good that's not unlike the legal profession at its very best, as we heard today with many of our award winners. Cardinals gather not for power, but to serve. They are secluded from the noise to listen to each other and to God. They come from a variety of cultures and backgrounds, but they're bound by the same rules, the same laws, by common vows. In the church, as in the legal profession, process matters. The integrity of the outcome depends on the integrity of how we get there. Like the cardinals, lawyers must often shut out distractions to seek justice, truth, and the common good. The new Pope, Pope Leo, emerged from the Sistine Chapel not triumphant, but humble and chastened. The legal profession at its noblest requires great humility in service to justice. Titles, whether your eminence, your holiness, or your honor, reflect a grave responsibility, not simply prestige, as Leo XIV himself has already witnessed to us. In his very first public address, Pope Leo cited his spiritual father, St. Augustine, with the expression, "With you, I am a Christian. For you, I am your bishop." So we send you forth today, not just as legal professionals, but as principled leaders who, like the very best examples of our great history, listen carefully, serve selflessly, and walk humbly with justice and with God. May God bless you all and keep you as you take up your new calling.
Thank you, Dr. Kilpatrick. We're grateful for your presence today and the thoughtful words you've offered to our graduates, and we very much appreciate your strong support of the law school. At this time, I would like to ask everyone to rise for the benediction, which will be delivered by our university chaplain and Vice President of Ministry and Mission, Father Aquinas Gilbo.
The Lord be with you. Bow down for the blessing. May the God of justice and peace, who brought again from the dead our Lord Jesus Christ, that great shepherd of the sheep and author of the law of charity, make you perfect in every good work to do his will. As servants and scholars of the law, may you be, after the example of St. Thomas More, trustworthy with confidence, keen in study, accurate in analysis, correct in conclusion, able in argument, loyal to clients, honest with all, courteous to adversaries, and ever attentive to conscience. May God's work to justify souls inform your work to justify our land. We ask this through Christ our Lord. May the blessing of Almighty God, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit come down on you and remain with you forever. Amen.
Congratulations once again to our graduates, to your families and friends. I ask the audience to remain in place until the faculty and our graduates have recessed out of the shrine, and I invite all of you to join us for a reception in honor of our graduates on the law school lawn and in our atrium. I now officially declare this academic convocation for the 2025 commencement of the Columbus School of Law concluded. Congratulations.